Now that we've talked about adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers and then multiplying and dividing positive and negative numbers, we need to look at what's going to happen when those operations are combined within one problem. So these problems are going to involve order of operations with positive and negative numbers. Okay, remember order of operations, we do what's in parentheses first or any other grouping symbol, then exponents, then multiplication or division, and then addition and subtraction. Okay, so simplify the expression. I have to look at what do I need to do first. So I have a set of parentheses. We would have to simplify here first. Bring down -9, bring down the minus sign. In the parentheses, I have 3 minus 8. Okay, remember we're talking about this means a positive 3 and a negative 8. The signs are different, so I subtract, which would be 5. Take the sign of the higher number, so that's going to make it a -5. So -9 minus a -5. We have double signs here we have to eliminate, so -9 plus 5, because this means the opposite of -5, which is positive. Now my signs are different again, so I subtract, take the sign of the higher number. So -9 plus 5 would equal -4. Subtract, take the sign of the higher number. Okay, on part B, we have 2 to the third power minus 6 times 3. Okay, we don't have any parentheses, but we do have exponents. Okay, so I have to clear my exponent. 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2, which would be 8. Bring down my negative sign. Okay, and then we can do our multiplication also, because it's not going to affect the rest of the problem. So 6 times 3 would be 18. And now I would look at that kind of as being a -18. I have a positive 8, a -18. I need to combine. So the signs are different. Subtract, which would be 10. Take the sign of the higher number. So my answer would be -10. Part C, we have brackets and parentheses. Okay, so I need to start with the innermost set of parentheses, work my way out. Anything that I'm not changing, then I'm going to write down and keep exactly the same. So I have a -5 plus, and then in the brackets, I'm going to be looking at just this part of the problem, 4 minus 15. A positive 4 and a -15 means that we subtract, take the sign of the higher number, so that's going to be -11. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these double negatives also in front of the 6, so that's going to make it a +6. And then I carry down my -8. Okay, so that kind of cleans up what we have in the brackets. I'm going to rewrite -5 plus. Okay, in the bracket, I could go left to right, because all I have now is just combining. I don't have any multiplication or any other operations going on. So -11 plus 6, the signs are different, so I subtract, take the sign of the higher number, that would be -5. Bring down the -8. Okay, and then again, -5 plus, what am I going to have in the brackets? The signs are the same, both negative, so that means I add and keep the sign, so that would be -13. Okay, here I want to eliminate the double signs we have there, so this would just be a -5 plus a -13 is the same thing as just -13. So I have two negatives that I'm combining. That means I'm going to add, so 5 plus 13 would be 18, and keep the sign. So my answer would be -18. Okay, if we look at D, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference or whenever you have multiplication in a problem or when you don't. Okay, If you have parentheses and you don't see a sign in between, then that indicates a multiplication. So I need to multiply here and here. Okay, I'm multiplying -3 times -7. Signs are the same, so when I multiply those, that means I'm going to have a positive 21. Okay, that goes along with our multiplication rules that we talked about in this section. And then here I'm also multiplying -5 and -4. So that is also positive 20. So then I end up with two positives, add, keep the sign, so that makes it a positive 41. Last problem on E says 3 plus 2 times -6 plus 4. Order of operations tells me to start in the parentheses, okay, not on the outside. So I would have 3 plus 2 times whatever I get in parentheses there. So that would be -6 plus 4. Signs are different. Subtract. Take the sign of the higher number, so that's going to be a -2. Now what operations do you have? Okay, it's real easy for your brain to see this 3 plus 2 and want to do that. Okay, but we have multiplication here that has to be done first. So I bring down the 3, multiply 2 times -2. The signs are different, so that means I would have a -4. And now I can combine +3 and -4. Signs are different. That means we subtract, take the sign of the higher number. The 4 is the higher number, it's negative, so my answer is going to be negative. So it would be -1. Okay, so as you simplify expressions, you will see again different operations along with your sign rules for positive and negative. So those are real important, like I said before, as we go through this chapter. Being able to sort through those signs without using a calculator is going to help you tremendously.